So we got a cop here who was engaged as business as usual, styling and profiling, and then he finds out he's got a federal agent in custody. Let's see where this goes.
Open the window for me all the way, please. Put the phone down. Put the phone down. Can you do me a favor? Open all the windows.
What?
Open all the windows.
Why do you want me to open all the windows?
I need you to open all the windows for me right now. Anybody else in this vehicle?
Oh, there's nobody else in the vehicle. But you can let me know.
Okay.
I'm recording.
All right. You know why I'm pulling you over right now?
No, why?
Okay, I'm pulling you over because I saw you. I was driving behind you. I don't know if you noticed. You were swerving. You didn't indicate your turn signal. Okay, you can record all you want. I mean, I don't know what you're doing there. What you're looking up. You're looking up. You little weirdo.
Listen, I'm there right now.
Uh-huh.
So when these people approach your car, you got to know that you're at a disadvantage, especially in this case. The guy sounds Hispanic, the officer, either white or Hispanic, and the guy who's pulled over is a black guy. So while in most cases it's pretty much just police against um, civilians, the fact is that most tension seems to be between black males and either white and or Hispanic, to be honest. And sometimes it could be black cops too that they're just trying to go extra. But in the experience of many, it tends to be that the Hispanic cops feel like they got to go the extra mile as well. In some cases, even more than the white guys. I'm not really sure why that is. There are those that say they have, racism and whatnot in their hearts and hatred of black people as well. Now, obviously, they're not at the top of the food chain currently, and Trump is looking to do all he can to avoid them becoming number one as far as demographic and population is concerned. But at the end of the day, when it comes to this whole police thing, at times, not always, but at times, they can have extra hostilities in their heart. And we see that right now. He's calling him a weirdo because he's trying to look up something on his phone. He's asking him to roll all his windows down. First off, you don't have to roll all your windows down. If your windows are tinted, it may be a good idea to do that just so they're. And when by tinted, I mean completely blacked out. In most cases, if you're in an SUV, the front windows are fine. Or the front windows should be clear. The back windows are okay to be tinted, and in that case, like you still don't have to roll your windows down. So he's on one from the moment he pulls up. He's on one.
Making sure.
Do me a favor. Open up all the windows. Blah blah. Let's go.
I'll open up all the windows for you.
Sorry.
But
Why are you making this difficult?
So tell me again why
You want me to make your life difficult?
So tell me
Because I love making people's lives difficult.
Really?
There you go. I just did that. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Okay. So.
Yeah, this dude's a real loser. In all honesty, it's only been a minute, and he's already. You can just tell he's a loser. So, I love making people's lives difficult and all this nonsense. This is the kind of guy that we really want to try to avoid out here. And when we do run into these kind of people, you got to be on point. Any sudden hand movements, although it can be frustrating to deal with for sure, he could make you kind of encourage you rather to kind of come out of your skin just because of that anger and frustration and irritation that you can have with a cop who's just has all of this false bravado and machismo that he's trying to come with for no reason. For no real reason. Even if, let's say the guy's right, he was swerving and he didn't signal. I'm sure it was a light swerve. And if he failed to signal, which I don't think he did, but let's say he did, okay, right? You got to come up and you got to do all this extra stuff. For what?
Now, license, registration, proof of insurance. Can you get off your phone? Your little TikTok thing?
Listen, can you tell me why you put me on?
I just did. Are you deaf?
Matter of fact, can you call your supervisor?
Are you deaf?
You call your supervisor?
Oh, there's no supervisor.
There's no.
I just did. Are you deaf? Right? Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Like this? You're just de-escalation skills. His whole presentation, his whole the way he's conducting himself, the way he's carrying himself, really, really is just disgraceful, and there's no way around it. Then there's no supervisor. Again, if a person asks for a supervisor, these officers are instructed to provide it. He says there isn't one. I'm the most senior officer.
No, there is no supervisor. I'm the most senior officer on the road right now.
Oh, listen.
So
I'll tell you what
I would be said supervisor.
I'm gonna let you listen to my music.
Okay, so that's how we're gonna play. All right, step out of the vehicle for me. Step out of the vehicle for me.
Not a crime
Okay,
to
put the
listen to
phone
your
down.
music.
Listen.
Hold on. Actually, you know what? Do you have any
It wasn't excessively loud or anything like that. So nothing.
weapons on? Do you have anything you're not supposed to have on you in the car?
Listen.
Do you have anything you're not supposed to have on you in the car? You're gonna make this. You're gonna make this
Can I
difficult.
step out the vehicle?
Can you
Then?
just
Listen.
answer the question first?
I'll step out the
Keep your
vehicle
hands
for you.
on the wheel.
I'll step out the
Listen
vehicle
to me.
for you.
Follow my directions, and this
So
can go.
so it's get out the car. Then it's keep your hands on the wheel. It's do you have any weapons? It's this and that. He's not even giving them a chance to answer any of the questions before jumping to others. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that gets people killed, right? Because even if this person who he stopped wants to follow his so-called lawful orders, right? They're not clear and concise, right? You're all over the place. You're causing undue and unnecessary confusion, and this is how problems get created. It really does. And then mind you, this is all coming from he supposedly swerved and failed to signal. But in all honesty, I don't believe that because if anybody's just out of pocket in this whole exchange that's barely going on for over just under 2 minutes here, it's this officer, and that's plain to see.
Very easy.
Listen, sir.
Listen,
Do you want me to
sir.
get out the car or you don't?
I want you to follow my directions like you just did, like
Okay.
a good boy.
I'm
All right.
following your directions. Now, did you want?
Oh no, no, he didn't just say that. Oh snaps! Yeah, this guy, he's over the top. Yeah, that statement there, like you just did, like a good boy, that was over the top, right? That was clearly over the top. Uh, this guy is not only a piece of crap, but he is the epitome of what we don't need on the streets here.
Do you have any weapons or anything you shouldn't have in the vehicle or on your person at this moment?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Do you have a firearm on you? Do you have a license to carry a firearm if you do?
Are we in Florida? Even if I did have a license on me, you
answer
don't
my
even
question.
need
What is this back
to
and
have
forth?
what you're talking
Okay,
about.
get out of the vehicle. Okay.
All right, listen.
Hands over here.
I got a gun.
Hands over here.
Yeah, shit. Oh my god, this is getting tough to watch. You know, the guy, the guy is really just he's over the top, man. Like, I mean, what's all this for, really? And then, like the man said, I'm in Florida. You're asking me about weapons. You're asking me if there's anything I'm not supposed to have. It's open carry, right? So what is it that you're talking about?
Right here on my side.
Okay, put your hands up then.
I got a gun on my side.
Okay.
Can you do me a favor?
626, I'm going to have it totally mailed.
Listen,
No,
look at my shirt.
Rush
Listen,
that back up.
while you searching me,
Spread your feet out.
while you searching
feet
me,
out.
sir,
Put your feet out.
while you searching me,
Where's the
could you
gun?
please,
Where's the gun?
on my
Where's the
right,
gun?
right hand.
Okay.
On my right hand.
For my safety and your safety, we're going to do this today, okay?
Hey, make sure when you do that, while you're searching me,
You got big muscles, huh?
my gun is right on my chest.
Oh, wow. Oh, on your chest, huh? So we're lying today. Are you a gangbanger? Is that what you're doing here? You're selling drugs?
It's me?
Oh,
No.
okay.
Okay,
Don't
I'm
move.
sitting in the parking lot.
Don't move. You have a license to carry this?
Okay. It's not open carry in Florida. I misspoke on that, but it is pretty lax as far as your requirements, especially in your home, your car, your business. things like that. But again, the guy is so like prolific in his profiling of this guy. It almost seems staged, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, how much more of a gift can we get here? And here's the thing: there are cases where you deal with a guy and he clearly fits a particular profile, right? Rather it's physical, or he's in a certain neighborhood. He has all of these things of somebody who is likely to be doing a particular act. But none of that seems to be the case here. Like, the guy hasn't even had an opportunity to really get out much of a sentence, and he's just throwing all of these accusations on the man, and he's not even giving him a chance to say anything. It's like he's telling him what he is, as opposed to asking him what he is.
We're in Florida, right?
But do you have a
I sure enough do.
Okay.
You know what?
It's called hey buddy.
It's around my neck.
It's called a concealed carry permit.
Listen. My license is around my neck.
Oh.
I carry it around my neck.
Okay. Well, first let's see what else you got. See, you're lying a bit. Hey, didn't I spread your feet apart? Spread your feet apart, huh? Fucking scared. Oh shit.
This is what we're doing.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Listen, can you make sure you get my
This dude's a coward, man. He really is.
What is this?
Can you make sure you get my license to carry? My license to carry on my chest.
Is this fake?
This
You know, a lot of people like to act like they're cops.
Federal agent.
Oh, right. Where's the ID? Let's check the ID. Do me a favor.
Federal agent.
Okay.
So now my badge don't even make a
Lean
difference.
against the car. Lean against the car. Lean against the car. So you're a cop. So why wouldn't you tell me?
It seemed like you fraudulently pulled me up.
You been drinking today?
Drinking, sir. We don't drink.
I smell alcohol emanating from the vehicle.
Actually, we're doing an investigation on.
Okay.
Yeah. Now he's I smell alcohol. If that was the case, right? And this is why you got to be careful with these guys, seriously, because they hide behind this idea, this perception that I'm a cop, I'm honest, the jury's gonna believe me. But the gig is up on you clowns. The jig is up on you clowns. And more everyday people, more and more everyday men and women on these juries are starting to understand just how much of a clown you are. Your head was all the way in the window. You insisted that the man roll all of his windows down. Had you smelled alcohol, right, doctor, you would have immediately stated that and immediately proceeded to pull the guy out the window or pull him out the car with probable cause to search the vehicle, started to perform sobriety check, and the whole thing. Let's be for real. Now all of a sudden, when you find out the guy's a fed, you smell alcohol coming from him in or the vehicle. You're a joke.
And just what? You just happened to pass.
216. Status of that backup.
You just happened to pass.
Okay.
When your sergeant gets here and he realizes what's going on right now.
What's going on is that I stopped.
I stopped. The badge don't make a difference.
Where's the okay? So I found your ID.
Because here I have a cop who's doing some things that's wrong. Tell me why, as a police officer. Tell me why another police officer in handcuffs.
Now he's shouting. Oh, you're a clown. Man, I swear to God, I hope this guy not only is terminated, right, but they had a tendency to go and try to seek employment in other places. I certainly hope that won't be the case for this guy here, because he's a sad sack of excrement.
Over a swerve?
You didn't identify yourself as a police officer. You were swerving. You didn't indicate your turn signal.
Once again, sir, you didn't call your sergeant here neither.
There's
so the things that we supposed to do here, right?
Okay.
Right.
All right. Let me get these off of you, buddy.
Oh.
I don't know why you're being like this.
Oh.
I don't know why you're being like this.
I mean,
hey.
what y'all got going on here?
What y'all got going on?
Tell you what.
You know, you
we as agents, we're gonna figure it out. You know, we don't like city cops. You know that, right?
We don't like
the
federal cops either.
Agents don't like city cops.
We
don't consider ourselves cops.
What are you, a pencil pusher? Come on. Listen, you could have just. I pulled you over. You could have just identified yourself as police officer. This would have been done.
What are you a pencil pusher? I swear to God, it doesn't even. I don't know, man. This doesn't even really seem real. The guy's so pathetic and sad. I mean, it obviously is. We got the body cam. We know what the state of this is. But this This guy, man, he's a disaster for himself.
Of course it was.
When I showed you my badge and you grabbed my badge, you still didn't believe it was real.
Because people impersonate officers all the time.
Okay.
Do they not?
When I see a sergeant, I'll make sure when I see your sergeant, we'll make sure.
Well, we don't have to go that far. Okay.
We don't have to go that far. Now he says we don't have to go that far.
No, we won't. We'll go farther than that.
My man, he said, no, we won't. We'll go farther than that. So this is great to hear. And I'm glad this guy who they have here is empowered as a federal agent in this case. Because this is the way it's supposed to be, right? That's why you put guys like that in power. In this case, he's a fed. Doesn't like city cops. I don't either. Many of us don't at this point. And I mean, why not? Look at this. This whole we're heroes and we're here and blah blah blah. No. This is what you are, right? And this is what you do. No one told you to behave in this particular fashion, right? Who told you that now it's so we don't have to go that far? Now you want to try to be friendly and this and that? Come on.
We'll make sure we talk to them. We'll make sure we do a lot of things on this. I'm pretty sure you probably have other offenses against
you. Yeah.
But you have a nice day. And I continue to have a mind.
Listen.
I appreciate you, sir.
Listen.
Sir, I appreciate you.
You have a good day.
Thank you much.
Happy.
Oh, but it almost doesn't even seem real, man. Like that kind of clownery right there. I mean, look, first off, that's a win for the people, to be honest. I'm glad that guy was in that situation. And I'm glad he ran into the right guy. Because he was, I mean, look, that's the kind of stuff, I mean, for a long time, that's exactly how they would do brothers like me here or this guy who got pulled over. I'm talking just upstanding, coming from work. I'm not doing anything. And you're not even giving me a chance to answer any of the questions. And then all he would have to do is throw a pack on them, right? And then the so-called jury of your peers would side with him 100% of the time, if not 95 plus. And especially if you have some kind of a record or something like that, even though you may be on the up and up now, but if you've ever done anything in the past and they throw some kind of a package on you or they throw some kind of a charge on you or something like that, it's going to be hard, virtually impossible for you to get out of it, especially without proper legal representation. From the moment you get plugged in and they throw a charge on you and you start getting passed from that to public pretender and the so-called jury of your peers and this and that, and then the judge and this and that, they're all in that particular county when they behave like that. When those institutionally racist structures are and have been in place for so long, when from the top down, right, from the judges, the sheriff, the deputy, the people who live there, as far as if you're on trial or if they do a grand jury thing and they get the jury members in there, they're all looking at it like, oh yeah, this guy's criminal, all the way up and down. That's the way it's been. And for brothers like me to still be out here, having survived stuff like that, it's only the grace of God. And I'm glad now the infrastructure of that whole stuff is starting to fall apart. It's long overdue. It's a great blessing. It is a great honor and privilege to see it crumbling and to see clowns like this get exposed in that fashion and then walk away like, I know I just messed up. You know what I mean? And I got one coming. You know? So at the end of the day, for those of us who are out there, because look, this is still going on. And a lot of us aren't federal agents, and we're not going to be able to just get out of a situation like that. So let's take some notes here. The way the guy handled it. Now, obviously, you might think, oh, well, he knows he's a Fed or whatever, so he's gonna get out of the situation. Maybe, but he could have still lost his life. He was armed. He was at a disadvantage. The officer that was dealing with him as though he's just some black criminal with dreads, pushing drugs, supposedly swerving and doing all of this stuff. You bring alcohol in much, much later, right? You see how they just jump all over the place like this just to try to pin charges while at the same time claiming to be heroes? No. And don't get me wrong, are all as dumb and downtrodden and despicable as this particular officer? Certainly not. For the people that are out there catching pedophiles online, doing what they can to save children and to save people from predators, we appreciate you, right? We need more of you out here. But for the guys like this that are going around trying to, you know, assault. Really, he was assaulting, insulting, and pinning uh, false charges of victimless crimes. Right? I'm just out here looking to find victimless criminals. You know, where the lack of common law, where you just supposedly you failed to do this or that, or your plate light is out and all of this, and then one thing leads to another, and somebody ends up getting killed or something goes extremely wrong. It's ridiculous. Excuse me, and that whole thing needs to stop. Now, where I live, here in the Twin Cities, and maybe some of you where you are have noticed that they've toned it down a lot as far as some of these vehicular infractions and some of these victimless crimes that they used to be savage on and go hard on, plate lights and this and that. They're letting a lot of that go because it's just not worth the headache. And also, people are dumping on officers at this point too. So if you're gonna walk up to my vehicle that's blacked out, mine is completely all the way around. Unfortunately, my plate is not blacked out, but I'm working on that for the next vehicle. Completely blacked out plus the plate. You don't know what you're gonna get into when I roll the window down. So is it worth it? Right? And I'm not the only one who's doing that. So we're putting the onus on you now, right? Like, so is it worth it for you? You know, you're a tough guy now. You're blah blah this and that. Now I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna do anything to you, right? At the same time, I don't trust you, but I'm not gonna put my life in your hands. You know what I mean? So is it worth it? Now a lot of them are saying no. So when they see me in such a way, they just keep right on going. So that's good to see. Um, so we'll keep putting them to the test. You know what I mean? And gain some power and momentum back on the side of the people. And I encourage you all to do the same, especially you men out there. You need to grow a pair, conduct yourself in a manner that is becoming. And even if and when, if even if or when they come at you like this, in order for you to survive that kind of an encounter, you're gonna have to be superior here, right? That's the only way you can come out of that situation. Otherwise, if you're gonna get all emotional and throwing your hands all up and moving and being all excessive, in all likelihood, it's gonna be bang bang. And rather they charge him with murder or intentional murder, with first, second degree homicide, unintentional, or whatever the case may be, is inconsequential when you're dead. So let's be smart out here, fellas. Think twice, move once. If it's meant to be, it's